Hey, yo, what's up? A lot of you guys gotta understand what's going on here. A lot of people think that the United States is a actual country, right? And on paper, technically, it is on paper, and they decipher this by what they use as amendments and bipartisan laws and all of these man-made things, right? However, if you do like some deeper, extensive research, you'll notice that the United States or America is simply no more than your average corporation, right? Now, a lot of people that are joining into this channel that just heard me say what I just said, could be, patriots, people that served and, things like that. And no disrespect, you know, that's my point of view, and I believe once people start to wake up and understand exactly how this country operates, they'll see it the same way. Now you're probably wondering why I said that the or America isn't a country, it's more of a corporation. And I said that because it's exactly what it is. Everything in this country is ran by profit and margin. And correct me if I'm wrong, everything is ran by profit and margin. And when you decipher between a corporation and a country, you notice that that's correct. Every time you turn around, we are, you know, trying to, take over this, buy that, in order to return or get something in return. And that is uh, all over the country, right? Look what Trump's doing. Look what your average business is doing. For all the people that work jobs, tell me how similar this is. We are supposed to be, people that are, living the American dream, in the land of the free, home of the brave. Supposedly, we're supposed to be united, right? But when it comes to the bottom line, if for whatever reason a job needs to cut costs, they'll get rid of you, and that whole united shit and land of the free and all of that shit that they pump, it's all bullshit, because once they need to cut costs and protect the bottom line, they'll get rid of you, right? So that is a way for them to profit. And everything like that in this country is exactly the same. You buy a car, profit and margin. You buy a house, profit and margin. You buy land, profit and margin. You go and uh, you have a medical bill, profit and margin. You have a light bill, profit and margin. You pay your water bill, profit and margin. You pay your rent, profit and margin. Where at are we united as a country? Other than just the states being connected by territorial structure, how are we united? Half of our or all of our races don't get along. Everybody discriminates. Most people are prejudiced. A lot of favoritism. People only deal with who they want to deal with when it comes to um, moving up the chain or moving up what they call the ladder. We're united. No, this country is a corporation. It's supposed to be United States Corporation. This is not a this is not a place where it's being described in all of this, fairy tale stuff that you were told, growing up as a kid, you know? And then you have these 4th of July, you have these all these different, man-made agenda calendar setups, and you that's when you're united. Everybody come together on the 4th of July and blow fireworks, blow your hands off, and and go do a barbecue, and that's united. This place has a lot of problems, a lot of issues that people are not open enough to talk about, you know. And it's crazy because you probably got someone right now watching this and saying, like, what? So you say this is a corporation? Well, isn't other countries a corporation? Well, not necessarily, because last time I checked, America is the front runner when it comes to greed and profit. What other country do you know? You have countries like Russia and stuff like that, but when you see Russia, they're always trying to take over territory. When you got America, it's always about the bread. Always. When we run out of money, what do? They go and print some more money in the Federal Reserve just so they can call it a profit. That's how bad it is. That's how bad it is. Like this whole narrative that people leave from all these other countries and come here, and somehow they become this super success, and all of this, and that shit is fake, man. Is it like, a few families that has done that? Yeah, possibly, but the majority don't have it like that. They come over here and they're check to check just like everybody else, and they finally realize that there is no damn American dream. This is an American corporation, and if you can't figure that out, then you will suffer the consequences. It's as simple as that, you know. And I feel sorry for people that really still believe that this is the best place, right? Is it better than than most countries? Possibly, but it has all the same traits and similarities as other countries when it comes to crime and the unalive rates, and all that shit. It's not all that different. But what I'm saying is that this place is not united. This is a corporation. You're under the umbrella of a massive business. Go look up the definition of corporation and tell me that is not exactly what you see here. In a corporation, they'll do anything to protect their bottom line to make sure that they profit at the end of the day. And if you are at the end of that bottom line, you're not exempt to what they're able to, or what they're going to do. Look at the benefits that they just snatched away from the single mother, the single father, the single grandmother, the single grandfather that's looking out for maybe a kid that they had to adopt, right? And it's like they take away those benefits. They just snatch them away because because America supposedly needs more money, and if they cut that out of the system, then that supposedly they're going to make more money. But last time I checked, they're printing money. So it's like, stop believing that shit. This is not a united country, and I just named all of the reasons why. This is a corporation, and until you see it that way, guys, things are gonna get much more tough for you. And that's just the way it is, man. So go ahead, check that out, man. Do your research. You know, All these man-made laws is the only thing that separates the name on paper versus what this country, how it actually operates, and it operates as a corporation. But that's all I got for you guys. If you're new to the channel, if my thoughts align with your thoughts, like and subscribe to this video. This is the voice of the people. Always. I'm out.